Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and I have with me today Vincent Mayfield. You are the CEO of BitWizards, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For the few people that don't know what BitWizards is, will you explain that?
Sure. So we do basically three things. We write software. So that software might be a mobile app. It might be where we integrate in your backend systems together, or we might build a website.
Okay. So for people like me who know next to nothing, I know how to turn on my iPhone, turn on my computer, and turn on my iPad. Explain that a little bit more. If I wanted an app for my business, would you write that for me?
Absolutely. So there's two other parts of that go along with it. So the next thing that we do is we do digital marketing. Okay, and that comes around the strategy and teaching people how to switch from traditional marketing to automated marketing systems.
Okay.
And things like SEO, how to come up with
blank face. What is SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Okay. Oh, of course.
So you get you visibility on the web, those types of things.
Okay.
And then the third thing we do is we provide the infrastructure. So that would be the computers, the hardware, and we do that utilizing the cloud.
You provide the computers to your clients, or you just have all that at your office?
Well, let's talk about that because that's where the cloud comes in.
Okay.
So the cloud, everybody's scared to death of it because it's this big thing, nobody knows what it is. It's a big mystery.
I always think of this big mysterious thing in the sky that has all.
But traditionally what happens is that people, what they do is they used to buy computers. And how many business owners do you know that want to own a bunch of computers?
Well, I can only speak for myself, and I don't want to ever own another computer.
Right. And you don't want to deal with servers,
right.
And you don't want the IT guy that comes in and tells you got to constantly do an upgrade and that type of stuff.
Right.
So what we have now is the cloud. And so there are some major providers of the cloud out there. We have Microsoft, and we have Amazon, and we have Google, right?
Heard of all of them.
You've heard of all of them, that's correct. So all those guys provide what we call global infrastructure. Now we're not talking about, the closet that most businesses have in the back of their, their business.
Well.
Yeah. Well, what they actually have are their global data centers. So they're data centers that exist all over the world.
Okay.
And then like Microsoft, for example, actually is laying the lines that go underneath the oceans. So there are laying lines that go down South America to service South America. There are lines that they own that go across the Pacific, and ones that go across the Atlantic. So to provide that global infrastructure. And what's so great about that for small businesses is that the cloud is what I would call a small business equalizer, because it allows small businesses to throw away those server closets and things like that and have access to global infrastructure that only Fortune 500 companies used to be able to have, and it's done in an affordable way.
Okay, all right, I think I understand that. So if I say to you, Vincent, okay, in my business, I don't want to have that closet in the back because it scares me, and ours gets struck by lightning quite a bit, which is just amazing. So do you get rid of that, and then everything just, I'm doing like this, like goes up to the cloud, but does everything go somewhere else? It's handled somewhere else?
Yeah, so you're still going to have your computers that you access, right? So you're going to have your iPhone, and you're going to have your Windows Surface tablet. You're going to have things like that. Okay. You need that access, but what you need is an internet connection. So what we do is we come in and we basically put in cloud managed routers. So routers connect to like Cox, so it might be your internet service provider.
It is.
And we connect all of your computers together,
Okay.
right? And we manage those from the cloud. So it used to be what we used to have to do is go in and touch each one of those physical things. Now we can remotely manage them with software, right? So we do that, and then we actually take things that are very, very important, that are mission critical to businesses like your mail, okay? And we move your mail to the cloud. Typically, we move it to Office 365 provided by Microsoft. Okay. So that gets you both your productivity suite, right? Your typical thing, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, those types of things you use. Also things like SharePoint, which are things that typically small businesses wouldn't have, which is a global a collaboration portal that you can utilize and store your data and information. And then also it helps you to move those files and things like that to what we call OneDrive for Business, right? And so we start by moving your most critical things, your mail and those types of things, and get them into the cloud. And so a lot of people, I want to caveat this because a lot of people are afraid, right? Oh,
that was my next question. Should I be afraid that all of that information, I'm a lawyer, I have sensitive information, Is it secure? Is it safe?
It is absolutely secure. It is absolutely safe. If you hire the right partners to come in and help you implement it, get it moved up into the cloud, we have things, for example, the data centers that are done by Microsoft, they're FISMA certified, okay? They're HIPAA certified, they're PCI compliant. They have multi-factor authentication to get into those, into the data centers and things like that. They have protected lines, they have backup. These are things that, you know, typically cost millions, billions of dollars to be able to provide, and they do that on a global scale. So your stuff is absolutely, and it's constantly audited, it's updated, it's taken care of. Now, you're going to see that there are some cloud things that have happened, okay, and there have been some downturns, but this particular one that's provided from Microsoft, or the ones that are provided from Amazon and Google, those are done, they're financially backed and they have an SLA behind them, right? And they're constantly audited and updated.
Let me ask you this. You're throwing a lot of terms out at me, and I'm not asking a lot of questions because I'm just looking at you like, what is
no,
that?
that's okay.
But for somebody like me who, sometimes I don't even know enough to ask an intelligent question. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know if it's so-and-so certified, or is the key really just knowing who you're hiring, like somebody like you in your business, and how do I know, you know, you're the right business, or a business like yours is the right one? Is there any kind of certification for that? Is there, what is?
So, for example, BitWizards, we're a Microsoft Managed Gold Partner. We're a certified partner, which means that we have to constantly keep our certifications up to date to have that brand, to have that seal. We're also Cisco certified. And so there are a number of industry standards that you want to look for to make sure that you're hiring the right partner to come in and help you do these things. But the other thing that I would suggest is that you need to go back and look at their history. Right? You don't want your sister's, cousin's, brother's friend type of thing. You're looking for somebody that's professional. All of our developers, all of our engineers, they're degreed, they're certified, they're on our staff. And a lot of companies, what they're doing these days is they're outsourcing them to other people. In other words, they don't even have physical W-2 employees that are there working for them.
And that's really important. We are almost out of time, believe it or
Absolutely.
not. Tell me about digital marketing as quickly as you can.
As quickly as I can. Well, what's really changed is traditional marketing, where you put things in the paper and those types of things.
Mail.
Those things have gone away because now we have digital natives. We have mostly millennials that are coming in, and the millennials go and they look online first.
For everything.
And so for everything. They're already doing their homework. They go and they find out all about you and your company. And they start with that by your website. So you have to be visible. You have to provide information that's relevant to them. And that's what digital marketing is all about, changing that paradigm. And it's a lower cost of acquisition for your customer than what you might pay traditionally going through things like, you know, paper media and things like that. Now, I'm not saying you do away with those.
Right, sure.
It's a combination of them. But digital marketing is a bigger piece of that now.
And it's getting bigger and bigger because they're relying on. Okay,
Absolutely.
I could talk to you for the entire 30 minutes. I really
Absolutely.
could. So come back.
I will.
All right.
Anytime you need me.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
We'll be back.